Part of the historic Yankee Pedlar in Holyoke was picked up and moved across town this morning. 22 News reporter Haley Crumblehome spoke with residents who gathered to watch part of the iconic building relocate to Pine Street.
After more than half a century on Northampton Street, part of the Yankee Pedlar was picked up and moved to a new plot of land on Pine Street in Holyoke. Several city streets were closed Sunday as it took hours to pick up and move the property. People followed the path of the house's less than a mile journey through town, with more than 100 gathering outside of the Holyoke Senior Center to watch the spectacle over food.
Oh, it's cool. You don't see it every day. Probably won't see it again in my lifetime. I saw it when it was being jacked off the foundation, put on the steel grates that it's on the moving truck, and then I started watching it and started following it all the way down.
People's Bank purchased the Yankee Pedlar and had originally planned on tearing down the house that was part of the Pedlar property just next to the main building, according to Joseph Paul of the Holyoke Historical Commission. Paul said the home was in good condition and they had an idea.
It was sort of a long shot. We said, would you guys consider putting it in the paper for $1 if someone will buy the house and move it? They were like, yeah, we'll do that. But we didn't really believe anybody would buy it and move it.
One Holyoke CDC, a nonprofit aimed at improving affordable housing in Holyoke, ended up purchasing the home.
It just worked out for everybody. Worked out for the People's Bank, worked out for One Holyoke, and we got to save a building.
The property will be repurposed into a two-family affordable home. In Holyoke, Haley Crumblehome, 22 News.